It is DJ Ash Noble here. Welcome back to another stream. We're doing something a little bit different today. We're going to talk about Grand Theft Auto 6. So I know you're probably thinking like, why the hell are you talking about Grand Theft Auto 6, Noble? You are like a music, a DJ related channel. Why talk about Grand Theft Auto 6? Well, for those of you who may or may not know, I am into video games to an extent. So I love video games. I like playing video games. It's just in my older years, I've come to not really have much time to play them. And I don't enjoy them as much as I used to do. But I still very much am interested in the whole like gaming news. And I like to see what new games come out, and if anything does prick my ears to make me kind of want to think, you know what, I'm going to get like one of the newer consoles and maybe, you know, get back into doing a little bit of gaming. I have a PlayStation 4. It's about had it. I think the disc drive is very dodgy on it. And I also have a PS3. And I have a PS2 as well, which I think the PS2 has some of the wires missing for it. The PS3 still works. I play it once in a blue moon. So, why talk about Grand Theft Auto 6? Well, Grand Theft Auto for me has been one of my all-time favourite video game series since I was a little kid. I have played Grand Theft Auto for as long as I can remember, and I remember Grand Theft Auto San Andreas coming out back in 2004. I remember it very, very precisely because my auntie had come and taken me out for the day so my dad could go and buy the game. And my auntie had taken me somewhere. I can't remember where we was going, but I do remember returning home and my dad was putting a game on for the PlayStation 2. And I was like, you've got the new Grand Theft Auto, haven't you? And he was kind of hiding it up with like, no, I've just bought another racing game. And then I remember very distinctly that Rockstar logo where it's almost like it's been sprayed by a spray can. And I remember seeing the Rockstar games, and I remember thinking like, you've gone and it's the new Grand Theft Auto. So Grand Theft Auto's been a massive part of my life. I played every single Grand Theft Auto there is to play apart from the Game Boy Advance. I played number 1, I played number 2, I played number 3, I played Vice City, I played San Andreas, I played Vice City Stories, I played Liberty City Stories, I played Grand Theft Auto 4, The Lost and the Damned, The Ballad of Gay Tony, Grand Theft Auto 5, and I've also even played Chinatown Wars. And I love all the games, I love the whole series. Chinatown Wars was a cool one for me. I thought Chinatown Wars were really, really good. Big shout to Love. But it wasn't my favourite game out of the series. I thought it was a little cool one, but I almost kind of feel like they went a little bit back on themselves. But they brought something that, you know, you could play onto like a console like the DS or something that would later become something you could play like on a mobile. And it was kind of a little, you know, they went to a little bit of like a top down again, but it, you know, it was a cool little game. So that brings me on to Grand Theft Auto 6. So for years, a lot of years now, YouTubers have been talking about Grand Theft Auto 6 for as long as I can remember. They've been making videos, they've been stating when is it going to come out, blah, blah, blah. And then last year, we obviously got the first trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6, which it looked really good, it looked really nice, and ever since then, we have kind of been waiting and seeking some more news. You know, when's the following trailer going to come? When's, you know, when are we going to get more information? When are we going to get a screenshot? When are we going to get a post from Rockstar Games kind of just saying like, you know, this is, you know, what's going to happen next with Grand Theft Auto. We had the first trailer, and basically that was it. We've heard nothing more. We've heard nothing, really in regards to, what's going to happen next. However, there's been all these rumours around today being the 27th, and there was all these kind of like hints from Rockstar about 27. There was an employee that was going to Florida today on holiday, apparently, to essentially buy a car that was on, like, there was all these numbers relating, all these scenarios, basically, relating back to the number 27. There was like just certain numbers, and then there were certain street names. There was all these different things, and everybody was kind of like, is something going to come from Rockstar Games? Is something going to happen? Is something going to take place? And then there's been like nothing so far today. So what is my thoughts on this? Now, I don't sit there every single day and read into Grand Theft Auto 6 news. I don't wish to become a YouTuber and start reporting about it. However, I did think that I would like to come on and kind of share my thoughts and opinions. So, regarding the 27s, so I think the 27s were definitely relating to something. I don't think, they were just going to do all of this for nothing. It might have been a troll or something. If it was a troll, I think, like, for Rockstar Games, it's a little bit of a shit move, because I think, like, people are waiting and waiting for this game, and they've been waiting over 10 years now for this game to basically, to basically come about. Last year was the 10-year anniversary of Grand Theft Auto 5. It's been the longest gap between a Grand Theft Auto game that we have, that we've had to wait without, something new, we're very desperate for something, and I think basically, them deciding that they're going to troll us is a little bit of a bad move, because they know how anticipated we are for this game, and I think it's been long enough, and I understand that they want this to be the biggest and the best game ever. They want it to absolutely, nail the other game out of the park, but not so much that the other game just gets forgotten about, but enough that, it beats records that the other game, or the previous games have beaten. So I know that, they want to spend longer to get it right, and I'm one of these, like, I prefer, like, quality over quantity. So, like, they could have released Grand Theft Auto 6 2 years ago, but, if they're releasing it 2 years later or 3 years later, and it's going to be an overall better game, then I would prefer that, personally. But in regards to going back to, like, the whole 27 thing, like, I'm not certain what it could mean. Like, it could just mean trolls. Maybe there was something else that people were kind of thinking, like, the trailer's going to come out then. And then maybe they used all of this 27 to kind of throw them off the path, to kind of steer them away. Because, like, YouTube is massive. The community in YouTube is huge. So there is, like, so many YouTubers out there that make all these Grand Theft Auto related videos, and I'm wondering how many, like, Rockstar employees, like, actually anonymously watch these videos, and like, because some of them will know what's happening. Especially higher up people, they'll know, like, there isn't a trailer coming today. So how many people, like, from Rockstar will anonymously watch these videos and be like, you got it so wrong, like, because they actually know what's happening. So, like, for me, the 27 definitely means something. I mean, it's a lot of work to go to just for it to be nothing. Like, even if even if it's a troll, like, it has to be something, I believe. But in regards to like when is that, like I don't think the trailer was going to come, because I think, you know, if a trailer's going to come, they're going to announce that a trailer's going to come. Now I do believe that you know, and there's still plenty of time for them to post something. You know, we're only like just gone 4:30 in the afternoon, so, you know, UK time. So there is definitely chance that they could post something related to Grand Theft Auto 6, right? You know, however, they did post an hour ago, there was a holiday sale on the Rockstar store, which is nothing to do with Grand Theft Auto 6, you know, ends January the 7th. And there's just a top that says Rockstar Games, a hat, and Red Dead Redemption 1, 2, and Grand Theft Auto 5 are all part of this holiday sale, along with the hat and the jumper that says Rockstar Games on it. Now, they could still post something tonight. Are they going to do 2 posts in one day? I'm not sure. Personally, they don't do all that many posts. They do a couple of posts, but they don't do like loads of posts, if that makes sense. So, you know, whether they do something else again today, I'm not sure personally. But I think, you know, if there was going to be a trailer, they would have told us that there was going to be a trailer. I don't think they would just drop a trailer without saying so. I think if we were going to get something Grand Theft Auto 6 related, it would have been some form of like the trailer's going to come on such and such a date. It would have been maybe a screenshot. It would be some form of announcement, I think, as opposed to whether, you know, as opposed to what we would hear next in regards to Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, a lot of people are speculating that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be delayed, essentially. And I can quite believe that Grand Theft Auto 6 could be delayed, because, like, it's a big game, they want to get the game right, but also they aren't really going to know if the game is going to be delayed yet. So they're working towards a target, and they're trying so hard to get to this target, but they don't want to rush. So if they know that they're going to have to delay the game, then they will delay the game, which will annoy a lot of people that are waiting for the game, people that have waited for the game for years. But at the end of the day, you know, they want the game to be the best. So delaying it is always a good idea if it means you are going to get a better outcome. And, you know, we've waited over 10 years. You know, what is the harm in waiting a little bit longer if they are going, you know, to delay it? It's not like we're not used to waiting. And I just personally think, you know, basically, you know, we can read rumours, we can read leaks, we can read news articles, but unless something comes from Rockstar itself, like, you know, like officially, you know, when they make a post, that is when I will believe that there is like a trailer coming, or there is something coming. Now, you know, we can read hints and articles and we can kind of speculate and we can kind of think, but I always like to just, you know, if Rockstar posts something themselves, then basically, you know, for me, that is when we get official confirmation. So many people think something was going to come today. I don't personally think that we were going to get much, other than, you know, maybe an announcement, or like the fact that, you know, they were trolling us. We definitely wouldn't have got a trailer today. That is for sure. So there we go. I'm just having a cup of soup, by the way. So yeah, so there we go. So what's your thoughts on Grand Theft Auto 6? I would be quite keen to kind of hear what your thoughts are. about the game in terms of, you know, what do you think personally? You know, what do you want to kind of see in the game? Personally, I would have liked. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would have liked the idea of unlocking islands again or unlocking certain parts of the map, because I kind of feel like, especially in the old games, like you really felt like you were progressing in the game when you unlocked the next island. And I know a lot of people used to, like, you know, they used to fly over to the next island and get the cops on them and do all this and, you know, and do all that and, you know, and stuff like that. But, you know, I felt like there was some real, like, progression, you know, in terms of, you know, when you unlock the next island, you were starting to progress into the game. You were unlocking a whole new area to explore. Whereas with Grand Theft Auto 5, you could you know, you could do the prologue mission, you could drive the cars back to Simeon's, and then you could basically explore the whole map. And for me, like, I liked it because it was a big map, but there was nothing like, there was, you know, you didn't drive someone and think, oh, I can't go there yet, and then kind of wonder what's over there for ages, and then think, do I try and sneak across, or, you know. And I think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be the same as Grand Theft Auto 5, where there'll just be this massive map. And, you know, you could essentially explore it if you wanted to, like, from pretty much the get-go, you know, in terms of, you know, free roaming. But there will be certain missions that, you know, if you choose just to follow the missions, that will take you to them other parts of the map, you know, in all its due course, if that makes sense. However, like I say, I just feel like, when we were able to unlock other parts of the island, there was a little bit more to it. You know, it felt like you were achieving something a little bit more. You know, it almost felt like, you know, you'd got to the next part of the game and you'd really started to progress, which would be like a really, really cool thing. I hope we can eat food again to put our health back up. I think that was always a cool thing to me, where you could go and like eat your food and stuff. That was really good. I would like the use of being able to put weight on like you could in San Andreas, and the use of being able to like go to the gym as well. I think that was like a really, really cool sort of like, you know, feature within the game. And I definitely think like they should bring back some of the fun cheats for the single player, like where we could drive the cars on water, and like where we could kind of like do like the mega jumps and the mega bunny hops on bikes, because I kind of feel like they were a really, really cool thing. I really feel like they were an absolutely amazing kind of like, they just made the game more fun. Another thing that I would really like to see in Grand Theft Auto 5, I don't know, in 6, sorry, I don't know how they do this, unless like you just didn't charge them, but I would really like to see electric cars. Now I think in Grand Theft Auto 5 there was a couple of electric cars, if I remember rightly, and there were cars that didn't really make a noise, but they went like really, really fast, and it was only when they picked up quite a bit of speed that you would hear a noise. But like again, you know, if they did that in Grand Theft Auto 6, sorry, would you then have to charge the cars? And if you had to charge the cars, would it just become boring? Would it delay the game progress? You know, would you go to where a mission is, or drive somewhere as part of a mission, and then the electric car runs out of charge and you've got to get out and get into another car? So, you know, personally, I think having electric cars would be cool, because you know, it's part of modern day life now, isn't it? We have electric cars. Whether we have the use of being able to drive them or not, that would be like two different things. Like without having to charge them, or like whether we'd have to charge them. Like, I don't personally know which one we'd have to do. You know, I think, it maybe if we could charge them, but like there was a way to turn it off, that would be quite cool. But then what you've got to remember is it's a Grand Theft Auto game. It's not a simulator. So if we start making it too realistic, like it would just kind of like really ruin the aspect of the game. But I definitely think like eating food, getting fat, going to the gym would be like a really, really cool thing. Absolutely. I hope we can interact in our safe houses again. Like where we can watch the telly, maybe we can just grab a drink out of the fridge or like a bit of food and it would like restore our health or something like that. It would be really good like if we could like eat different food though, rather than like, because in Grand Theft Auto 4 San Andreas, it was always kind of related to going to a burger shop or like a hot dog stand, or whether it'd be like related to going to like something like that. Whereas like if we could like just grab a sandwich out of the fridge or something, or maybe depending on what food we eat depends on like how much of our health regains. So like if you only eat something small like a sandwich, it's not a full meal, so maybe you don't get like full health. But then if you eat something like a burger shot, then you would get full health again. And I think that would be like a really, really cool thing. Another feature that I have always wanted to add for a very, very long time in Grand Theft Auto would be the ability to listen to music differently to just the radio stations. Now, don't get me wrong, the radio stations are absolutely amazing. The radio stations are wicked. They're really good. They are a really good part of Grand Theft Auto. The dialogue in them is amazing. I love them. However, radio stations, they're not as big as they used to be. In the modern day that we live in nowadays, people have Spotify playlists, people have music on their phone, people Bluetooth their phone. I think it would be really, really cool if we had the ability to upload our own songs that then would be incorporated like a Spotify playlist. So you could make the character you're playing as have its own playlist, and then when you jump in a car, etc., you can have that playlist of music playing like the person you're playing as would be listening to their Spotify playlist. And I think that would be like a really, really cool way. You kind of a bit like Euro Truck, where you could add your own songs into the radio station. You could play your own music in the truck. I think that'd be a really, really cool thing to do, and I think that would work really, really well, because not everybody likes the radio stations and not everybody wants to listen to them. But to be able to listen to your own music within the game would be like a really, really cool thing. So anyway, I thought I'd make this quick little stream. I don't know if we're going to get something regarding Grand Theft Auto. I haven't got a clue. But I just thought I'd share my thoughts. Personally, I don't think anything major is going to come today. We got the holiday store sale, like I said, but that is about as much as I really know, or that's probably all we'll get. And I think a few of the YouTubers, they're definitely going to be eating their words, because they thought something was going to come, or they were going to get trolled. But basically, that is just basically the way the game goes. So make sure to like, comment, share. Peace.